iQoo's journey in India began only a few years ago, and the brand has launched a handful of mid-range and premium smartphones. With the launch of the 9 series, iQoo has moved into a completely unfamiliar space, the 50,000 rupee and over category. It isn't as crowded as the mid-range and the sub 40,000 rupee segment, but there are some options from older and more established brands like OnePlus and Samsung. So, should brands like OnePlus be worried? Does the brand new iQoo 9 Pro stand out? And more importantly, does it perform like a premium smartphone should? Let's find out in this review. The iQoo 9 Pro is available in 2 variants. There's the base variant with 8GB of RAM, which is priced at 64,990 rupees, and the top-end variant with 12GB of RAM that's priced at 69,990 rupees. Both have 256GB of storage. The iQoo 9 Pro has Qualcomm's recently announced Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 SoC. This new processor is built using a 4nm fabrication process and offers a maximum clock speed of 3 GHz. iQoo has included what it calls an intelligent display chip. This is said to help with gaming by enhancing colors and frame rates using motion estimation and motion compensation. iQoo 9 Pro's design utilizes a metal frame which is sandwiched between 2 sheets of glass. We received the 12GB RAM variant in the Legend finish for this review. There is a 3-color BMW Motorsport-inspired racing stripe running off-center down the rear panel. The power button is also finished in blue, just like on the iQoo 7 Legend. The white area has matte finish which feels smooth and does not gather fingerprints but is quite slippery. Thankfully, iQoo includes a color-matched case in the box. The stripes on the back have a glossy finish, giving the rear panel a dual-tone effect. The camera module takes up about a third of the back panel. It's mostly cosmetic but also prevents the phone from wobbling when placed on a flat surface. The lack of an IP rating might turn out to be a deal breaker for many, since nearly every competing phone in this price segment has one. However, iQoo claims that its 9 Pro has all the necessary seals to meet an IP52 rating equivalent. It's just not officially certified. The iQoo 9 Pro features a 120Hz 6.78-inch curved edge AMOLED display with a 1440 by 3200 pixel 2K plus resolution. Text and images appeared quite sharp. It is an LTPO panel, which means it can regulate a refresh rate down to 10 Hz when required, which in theory should allow for better battery life. The iQoo 9 Pro's panel is capable of 10-bit color reproduction, supports HDR10+, and has a Widevine L1 DRM certification for HD video streaming. However, HDR did not work in streaming apps such as Netflix on our review unit. Standard content looked sharp and showcased deep blacks. Amazon Prime Video for some reason only played video at blurry SD quality. YouTube was the only app that managed to showcase HDR content. The phone features a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint reader under its display, which is quite unique. It just takes one firm tap to register a fingerprint instead of multiple taps, which makes setting it up a breeze. The readable area for registering or reading a fingerprint is also a lot larger than on other smartphones, enough to accommodate 2 thumbs side by side, so authentication was always quick and seamless. The iQoo 9 Pro ships with FunTouch OS 12, which is based on Android 12. The Android skin is available on other iQoo devices too, including the iQoo Z5. You do get the new Android 12 Material You widgets for Google apps and services, and they somehow blend well with FunTouch OS. There's even support for the theming engine, which picks colors from your current wallpaper and applies them to UI elements. The iQoo 9 Pro also comes with some pre-installed third-party apps such as Josh, Netflix, Facebook, Cred, Mojlite, and ShareChat, but all of these can be uninstalled. Gaming performance was also top-notch. The phone only got warm while maxing out the graphic settings in games such as Battlegrounds Mobile India and Call of Duty Mobile, and ran cool when playing games such as Real Racing 3. The display's touch sampling rate was spot on, and we did not notice any lag while playing FPS titles. As for the 120Hz refresh rate, only a few games such as Real Racing 3 and Subway Surfer seem to take advantage of it. The frame interpolation feature, which claims to make use of the IDC to bump up the frame rates and make gameplay appear smoother, did not appear to have a noticeable effect. iQoo has also announced a new iQoo gamepad, which is sold separately. It snaps onto the left side of the phone and adds several useful physical buttons which came of use while playing FPS titles. The iQoo 9 Pro has 3 rear-facing cameras and a single front-facing camera. There is a 50-megapixel primary camera with a sensor and optical stabilization for gimbal-level smoothness, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera with autofocus, and a 16-megapixel telephoto camera with OIS and PDAF. Selfie duties are handled by a 16-megapixel front-facing camera. Photo shot in daylight came out sharp and clear with good dynamic range. There was plenty of detail and depth in the images captured by the iQoo 9 Pro, no matter which camera I chose. The pixel-binned 12-megapixel images taken with the ultra-wide-angle camera appeared a bit cropped due to the software distortion correction, but you can tap on the globe icon in the viewfinder to see the 150-degree field of view with a fisheye effect, which should make for some interesting Instagram-worthy photos. The 2.5x telephoto camera captured some sharp-looking photos, but this depended on the amount of available light on each subject or scene. The selfie camera managed some sharp and clear photos with good dynamic range and detail. However, the portrait mode had some issues with edge detection in complicated scenes with foliage or trees in the background, and this resulted in a halo-like effect around the subject. Since the iQoo 9 Pro's ultra-wide-angle camera features autofocus, it is also used as a macro camera that can shoot subjects with impressive detail as close as 3 centimeters away. Low-light camera performance was also quite good. Photos shot in auto mode also came out quite well and packed in plenty of detail. Firing up night mode added more dynamic range and brought out even more detail with some added sharpness. Photos taken with the ultra-wide-angle camera were also quite usable, but the night mode images from this sensor came out a bit soft due to the lag of OIS. Video quality in daylight was good. Footage taken with the primary camera appeared rock steady but also maintained good quality no matter what the frame rate or resolution. In low light, video quality took a slight hit, but stabilization was still pretty good. However, videos captured at all resolutions had a hazy or dreamy effect. The iQoo 9 Pro's 4700 mAh battery is a big upgrade over that of the older iQoo 7 Legends 4000 mAh unit. This one easily gets the job done and lasts a whole day even with heavy gaming. The relatively large 120-watt adapter charges the phone from a dead battery to 100% in just 20 minutes. It also supports up to 50-watt wireless charging, provided you use the proprietary wireless charger which iQoo sells separately. At a starting price of 64,990 rupees, the iQoo 9 Pro competes directly with the OnePlus 9 Pro. When compared side by side, it is clear that the iQoo 9 Pro offers better features with the latest Qualcomm silicon, faster charging, and a gimbal-stabilized primary camera. The 120-watt charging speed is the icing on the cake, and there's also wireless charging. What the iQoo 9 Pro lacks is an official IP rating, which sticks out as a sore point. Overall, it's easy to recommend the iQoo 9 Pro as there's little direct competition at the moment. However, the OnePlus 10 Pro is finally expected to launch towards the end of March in India, and this will make things a lot more interesting. So, it might make sense to wait a bit and see what the competition has to offer. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to Gadgets 360 for more such content.